Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hope everybody's having a happy Wednesday, happy hump day. And without wasting any time, let me go ahead and come off in this thing and see what's going on with everyone. What it do? What it do? Hey, welcome to Investing with Rob. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, fellow investors, man, future investors, and all that good stuff? I want to welcome y'all to Investing with Rod. I am your boy Rod, and on this channel, we're talking about stocks, crypto, exchange traded funds, and how to invest on a budget. A lot of people think you need hundreds or thousands of dollars to invest, and that's just actually not the case. Whether you're purchasing crypto, whether you're purchasing stocks, your boy Rod is going to show you how to do it. You only have $5, $10 to invest every month or every 2 weeks. Hey, we got you covered, baby. And as you can see from the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about Visa stock. Visa, ticker symbol V. Simple Visa V. And a lot of people probably, like when I first heard about Visa having a stock, I was kind of surprised. I didn't really know that MasterCard, Visa, and discovered all this here. But this was years ago, decades ago. But one of the things I like about Visa is, think about one of their slogans. It's accepted everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're going to see a little, most places, as long as they accept debit or credit cards, you're going to see a little sign in a window of a restaurant or a hotel or a attraction or something like a water park that says we accept MasterCard, Visa, Discover, American Express, whatever. But one thing I look at is Visa is accepted globally. So one of the things I put in the title of this whole live was, when you think about accepted everywhere, every time someone swipes and their card is a Visa, you're getting paid because they're using the Visa network. Have you ever gone to a place and they say minimum purchase $5 for credit cards, or we charge 3% for credit cards? What they're doing is taking what Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, what they're charging them, and they're passing it over to the customer. So if they say minimum $5, because if you go in there and you get something that costs, say, a soda that's $2.29 after tax, and you use your card, that establishment is going to be charged a fee. So when the consumer swipes the card, they're going to be charged a fee. That's why they try to pass it down to us and say $5 minimum or 3% purchase or something like that. So you definitely want, that's something to think about. So I looked at Visa and I was like, man. And one of the things I want to do before I even look at this stock, and I actually brought I'm not going to pull them out, but I brought my wallet because I want to see how many, I have 8 cards in this wallet. Maybe I'll make it, 8. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get a 5th, man. I gotta get a 5th. And nope. So 4 of my cards that are in my wallet, not actually. Forgot about this. Let me go over here, look over here, and then we're gonna move on into the investment portion of this. But I'm looking at this here. Nope. So I have 5 debit and or credit cards in my wallet right now that have the Visa logo. So just looking at me, there's a 50% chance, well, a little more than 50, because I have a Discover card, a couple of MasterCards, and American Express in there. But out of 8 cards, 5 of those are Visas. So every time I even use a card, it's like getting money back. Now, you're going to get a lot of money. It depends on how the stock moves. So, but you have to think of yourself as an owner, not just an investor. I'm an investor in Visa, I'm an investor in Walmart, I'm an investor in Kroger and all these other companies, but I look at it as I'm a part owner now. How much of an owner am I? If I only got $5 invested, I can't go in there calling shots. I can't go into Walmart and tell them I don't like this price because I'm a shareholder and I think the price should be lower. They're gonna look at me and laugh. So that's not gonna happen. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, man, let's take a quick moment before I transition and we take a look at the stock. Do me a favor. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, man. We got about 61 more subscribers to hit 1,000. Also, hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps the video get pushed out to people that may be looking for information like this. And I could tell you right now, there's a lot of people that probably wish they would have invested, say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago. But we've had, since 2020, we've had we had a couple good years, but we've had a rough time, with that situation that happened that caused layoffs. Now we got the economic situation, people talking recession and all that. However, people are still using their Visa card. And what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and share my screen. Make sure I have it up. Yep. And let's see, because every time I do this, it's been doing okay. It didn't do it this time. So here we are. We're looking, as you can see, I've already pulled it up. Visa stock, pretty expensive. It's $349.37 per share. Now, the beauty of Robinhood is we can actually get a portion of a share, or what they call fractional shares. Think of it as a piece of the pie. I said in every live, I said in every video, so I'm not going to get in depth with it, but if I only had $5, and right now I'm going to go over here and highlight, I'm not going to purchase any stock, but I did purchase some earlier and I'll show it to you. But I have no money in this account. But if I had $1, all I need is $1, and I could buy $1 worth of Visa. Yeah, it's going to be a little bitty slice, more like a piece of the crust of the pie. If it's a sweet potato pie, I probably won't get it in sweet potatoes. I'm at least get a little piece of the crust though. So let's look at it. It's up $2.12 today. As you can see, it did some stuff today. Up and down, up and down. And if you're the type of person that got the time roughly about 1:15, you can see the time up there was the time to buy it at its lowest point. But it was only down 16 cents then. So am I going to sit here and watch this all day? And I see this spike go down and it's down 16 cents. No, I'm not. I'm going to let it ride. Let it ride. And then when it level out, and I go up here, it's $2.12 that was made today. So I'm cool with that, man. Now, let me, we're going to look at what has it done in the last week. I always do this. I'm just doing this to show everyone. It's up. Now, I'll tell y'all, I look at the percentages. You can look at both the dollar value that it's gone up in the past week and the percentage. I tend to just focus on the percentage. And it went up 1.53% in the last week, or $5.27 per share. Not you got that little slice and you got $5. You got however much that it went up $5. You got to take that $3.49 and see how much of a share you actually would have purchased with $1, and you might get a penny dividend, or it may have gone up a penny instead of $2.27 or whatever. So keep that in mind. Now we're going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. In the last month, it is up 7.60%, or $24.67 per share. In the last 3 months. Now, in the last 3 months is kind of where I've been looking at, but not so much, because in the last 3 months it's up 0.72%, or $2.49. But year to date, this has been a rough start to the year. We have a new administration in office, and the market's been kind of rocky. I think it went up a little bit the first week with crypto and stocks and ETF, and then after that, it's just been a crap show. And I ain't talking about Las Vegas. Well, I guess that too. You're rolling the dice. Have I been purchasing crypto and stocks? Yes. But I'm doing it a little differently than I normally would. So that's why I've added Visa to my portfolio. Now, I had Visa years ago and it did well, but I sold it. And I also had MasterCard and Discover and American Express, but I got rid of all of them except American Express because that's what I was using the most at the time. And but now I want to see year to date. What has it done year to date? Okay, now this is what I'm more interested in because in a rocky time, Visa is up 9.94% or $31, while everything else was going down. Your Meta, your Teslas, your Googles, and Amazons, everything was going down like crazy. Visa, because people had to still buy. I want y'all to think about this. People didn't have to buy what they wanted. So let's look at Amazon, for example. Now, if everybody's hearing this word recession and people are hearing about people getting evicted and laid off and all that good stuff, or bad stuff, should I say, I don't think too many people are out shopping for wants. But there's a flip side of the coin to a want, and it's called a necessity or a need. You still got to eat. You still have to pay your utilities. You still have to possibly pay a car note. You ain't nobody skipping their cell phone bill. Then it's going to be some internet possibly in there. And how are people paying for these necessities? Some may use a bank account. Most have them attached to a debit card or a credit card. And there's a 25% chance, and I'll tell you, I'm going to say a little higher than that. And I'm going to tell you why I say a 25% chance that when people do it, they're going to use a Visa, because you have the Visa network, the MasterCard network, the American Express network, and the Discover network. There's 4 different networks. But people, how many people actually, there's a lot of people with Discover cards, but not as many that have the Visa network on their cards. So there it is. Now, in the last year, so from May to May, it's up 27%, up $75 per share. Y'all, when I talk about these stocks, I don't close my eyes and throw a dart on my wall with a bunch of different stocks listed and wherever it land. That's what I talk about. No, I do my homework, day work, evening work, morning work, standing outside work, sitting at a red light work. I guarantee you, if I'm sitting at a red light, there's a high possibility I may be looking at Robin Hood. Don't judge me. We're at a red light. I ain't saying I'm driving. Anyway, $75, up 27% in the last year. Well, now, I want to hold this a while. I don't see Visa going anywhere. I'm not going to do max, but what has it done in the last 5 years? It's up 102% in the last 5 years, up $176. So what is that saying? So if it's $349 and it's up 102%, it has doubled in the last 5 years. So we take the $349, subtract the $176. That was the price of Visa 5 years ago. And you keep dollar cost averaging every time you get paid. $1, $5. If you say you don't have it, don't fool yourself. Skip a cup of coffee. Go to McDonald's and tell them you want the 99-cent double cheeseburger. Don't get no fries, and tell them you want a free cup of water. Just do it one day. You get 2 of them burgers and they happen to be 99 cents or 99 cents a piece. That's $2. But if you go to McDonald's and get the Big Mac Big Mac meal or whatever, and get the medium fried, the medium Coke, you're looking at $12. There you go. I just showed you how to take 12, only spend 2. Now you got 10 to buy you some Visa. You always got they may have free sodas at your job. Don't nothing wash food down like some good old fashioned water. So I'm just saying, man. So you can't say I don't have no money. When we don't have money, we got a couple of options. We either fold or we got to make a way. We either fold and say, I don't have a way. Have I folded? Yes. Have I folded and been in a depressive state? Yes. Have I folded and said, man, I can't believe this is happening? Yes. But have I also flip it around and say, hey, this is happening, but am I going to sit here and let it crumble all around me, or am I going to try to fight this battle? Now, I did more folding than I did fighting, but now I'm doing more fighting than I am folding. And it's quick, man. If y'all want to see me get thrown off, let something be wrong. Let me not have enough money. Let me lose some money. Let me not be able to pay my bill. I don't care if it's an electric bill or a $25 bill, man. It bothers me. So we have to start. I don't care if they're talking about recession, depression, obsession, whatever else, ession. I don't care. Start while you have it, because y'all, right now I'm using my PayPal card. I get 5%. I get to choose. Last month I did gas stations. This month I'm doing grocery stores. I went to the Kroger today and got $22 worth of something, juice and water, just a bunch of stuff. And I got $1.23 back in rewards. $1.23. Do you know what I did? They don't know who I am. They be in the bank. I transferred $1.23 to my bank, and then transferred that $1.23, because I couldn't get it straight to Robinhood for some reason, from my bank over to Robinhood, and I bought me $1.23 worth of. I can't remember what I bought. And then I felt good, man. I did that at a red light today, coming out the Kroger parking lot. Anyway, man, let me get on down in here. So there you see it. Now, let's see what I've done with Visa. I haven't done much. And I do like to talk about, so I got $16. That's more than I thought I had. I made 7 cents today. I'll take it. And my average cost, I want y'all to understand this. Average cost, you want to have your average cost lower, if at all possible, than the current price. Current price is $349.37. Your average cost is $336.08. You want this lower, because if you paying for it, think of it like this here. If you're buying a bag of chips for $1 and you're selling them for $1.25, you made a profit. Same here. My cost, I bought this stock. My average is $336. If I sell right now, it's $349 profit. Y'all, I'm breaking this down as simple as I can. Some people try to make this seem all astronomical, like you going to astronaut school, about to fly a plane or drive a submarine or something. It ain't that hard. This stuff here, once you learn it, and you keep watching these videos, because every time I'm going to try to come up with something new. I don't want to get in all these big old words and stuff that I can learn, you can learn, and everybody can learn it, and it ain't going to make our money do any different, but I am going to show you the key components. So, moving right along, I got $16. I made a total of 62 cents. I just bought it the other day. Now, I did $1.23, I probably did like 15, 14, I don't know what I did, but I got $16. So I got 0.04 of a share. I can't call Visa and tell them I think the interest rates are too high. I got 0.04. Yes. Am I a part owner of Visa? I'm a part, about 5 million times owner of Visa, but I'm still an owner. I can't go in there talking smack. I don't care if I got a 4-piece suit on and some gator shoes and pulled up in a Rolls Royce. I can't go in there and do nothing with 0.04, but I got a uniform. I'm in the game. And I'm going to keep on putting my $1.23. I'm going to keep on putting my $5. I'm going to keep on putting my $10, whatever I have. I ain't going to put all my $10. If I got 10, I might put 3 and keep 7. I might put 4 and keep 6. I ain't going to put all 10, because then I ain't going to have nothing. But somebody put in the comments, #MakeAway. Or you just put make a way. You ain't got to put no hashtag. I don't care what you put. Just make a way. Yo, there are no excuses in 2025 while people can't invest. You got the me's, the Lisa J Stocks. I ain't even looked at the comments. The Keenan Graces, the Chris Sains, the Earn Your Leisures. You got so many people And I didn't even hit the tip of the iceberg. Just talking about this stuff and breaking it down to the smallest molecule. You ain't got to read no book and worry about 15 letters or 15 characters, and then you got to Google what it means. Man, we ain't doing it like that over here. Cost, sale, equal profit. If what I'm selling is higher than the cost, I'm making a profit. Now, moving right along. So I got 1% of my portfolio is Visa. All right. So if I was to buy, I'm going to show you, I'm not buying anything. It's going to default to buy. I'm right here. Right here is probably behind my little thing. Right here, order type. It's going to default to buy. If you want to sell, you click this and go to buy. Since we don't have $349, we ain't got nothing really. But let's just say we had 5. We're going to buy in dollars. And here I want to show y'all, okay, I'm going to put $2 because I ain't got no dollar. And if I had $2, I would get 0.005 of a share. I don't care. I ain't gonna sit up and count that. But sooner or later, that 0.005 is gonna turn into 0.01. And then it's gonna turn into 0.1. Then it's gonna turn into 0.7. And before I know it, it's gonna be 1 point. Then I'm gonna have a full share. Make a way, baby. Make a way. Don't do like me. Now I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you one thing not to do. And I do it for a reason, to show y'all different stuff, and I make different moves. But believe it or not, investing is addictive, especially if you start making money. But hey, that's good. I ain't talking like gambling or drinking or smoking or nothing like that. But you start making money, like right here. I'm looking at like right here, y'all. I'm right here. Y'all see this stuff highlight? That's my crypto investments. Now this 98,000, that's what it costs. That ain't how much I got. Don't y'all be over here thinking that, oh my God, no, I ain't got that much. I got $1,500, $1,400, or $1,500. But look at all that green. Look how much money was made in crypto today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 10 made money. 2 out of 10 didn't. I don't care. XRP didn't. I don't care. I'm up so much in that I don't even care. Avalanche, I ain't even got that much money. I probably got $2 in there, so I don't care. But then this is what I don't want y'all to do. See where it says stocks right here? All of these are stocks or ETFs that I own. But the reason I own them is a lot of times I'm showing y'all stocks to buy, and then we watch them a little while, or I'll watch a video and see something I kind of want to test out. But look at this, y'all. Look at all this. It keeps going and going and going and going. I would not recommend doing this because this is a lot to keep up with. And as good as I am, and as long as I've been investing, and I have a degree in finance, I can't even keep up with all this. I'm being real with y'all. This is a lot. Now, what I'll do, like last night, y'all, I had a fun last night for about 30 minutes. And this morning for about, this afternoon for about 30 minutes. I had $5 in Robinhood last night. And I played with it for 30 minutes and bought me 5 different stocks at $1 a piece. This morning, I sold SPLG, which is like I think it's an S&P 500 ETF, because I got S&P, I got VOO. I sold it. I put 30, I sold, not all, I think I sold $50. I put 30 into VOO because, that's what it was. It was S&P 500. So I put 30 into VOO, and then the other 20 at JP Morgan. I have to invest a minimum of $5. I just bought me 4 more stocks. I'm having fun. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun making money. But do not do this because it's a lot to keep up with. But, I just look at this here now. I'm going to tell y'all, it's a lot to keep up with. But look here, boy. Green, green, one red, green, 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 green. Boy, I don't know how much I made, boy. But it ain't a lot. Right here, I made all of that. I made $13 today. I don't care. I don't care. Because I know the power of compound interest. One thing I do want to bring up, and I'm going to bring me on the screen full-fledged here, I think. Let me pull me back up here. Boy, I don't know what this thing doing. It just irked me every time I do this. I think there we go. All right. All right. Man, we got two real homies in the crib and two thumbs up. And I'm not even worried about numbers because one thing I've been noticing is people watch the replays or whatever, and that's why I try to keep these short. And we are about 26 minutes. Should be a lot of comments. I'm going to go through the comments. Visa, if you're looking at for dividends, Visa is not the stock to get. The quarterly dividends per share with Visa is 59 cents per share. So for every $349 each quarter, you're going to get 59 cents per 349 that you have invested. Visa is a growth stock, meaning it's meant to grow over time. It's not meant to provide massive dividends each month or each quarter. So keep that in mind. You always want to have, in my opinion, S&P 500 or total U.S. stock market, something like a VTI, which is total stock market, or VOO, which is the S&P 500. You want to have those, then you want to have one of those two, then you want to have a growth stock or ETF, and then you want to have a dividend stock. If you just have three, and maybe I put four, but if you just have three, something that covers everything, and then I noticed I would add a fourth for recession situations, and I read an article today, I would probably put gold. Ticker symbol G as in golf, L as in Larry, D as in Delta. GLD. I would put gold into my portfolio just to have it for a recession. All right, let me look at these comments, man. We're going to get ready to raise up. Everybody must be busy tonight, man. I see Pipeline. I only see Pipeline. It's just me and you, huh, Pipeline? Hey, what's up? He said, Rob, what's going on, my man? How you doing? Hey, thank you for tapping in, man. Maybe it's just me and you in here. I don't care, though, man. Hey, I got a question for you, Pipeline. Was watching Star Wars Andor Season 2 just now until you went live. Okay, well, hey, we're going to be in it, so you'll be able to get back to Star Wars. Hey, man, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a two-part question. I ain't going to get into Bitcoin. But VTI, if you're still here, how long have you been investing in VTI? And how many shares do you own? I don't want to say how much money do you have in it. How many shares do you own? 1 share, half a share, 200 shares, I don't care. I'm just curious because I know you've been talking about it for a while. Bitcoin just rocketed up to 98,000 just now. Yeah, I just pulled it up. And I've been I think I've been buying $1 worth of Bitcoin a day and $1 worth of XRP a day. So he said, hey, Rod, it's kind of insane to think technically I got into Bitcoin before it hit a 1 trillion mark. And that is in market capitalization. So what he's saying, 1 billion is worth $1 trillion, over 1 trillion. Got $1, I got 2,424 Satoshis, which is partial Bitcoins, sats for free from Robinhood when BTC was at 41,000 or 860 billion market cap. Okay, so a lot of the times, man, you may see stuff on here and not understand. But let me read this again so y'all get it. Make sure everybody got it. So basically, what he's saying, he got into BTC, or that's a symbol for Bitcoin, before it had a $1 trillion market capitalization. Meaning Bitcoin as a whole was worth over $1 trillion or $1 trillion. He got 2,424 Satoshis, which is like a fraction of a Bitcoin. You won't hear me refer to it. Some old schoolers do. Some people that's had it for a while will. He got those for free from Robinhood when Bitcoin was at 41,000 per coin or $860 billion market capitalization. Now it's at $98,000 per coin and a trillion market capitalization. So it went up about 200 some billion. So I'm betting the Bitcoin Lightning Network will become infinitely bigger and better than fiat Visa network. Uh, in my opinion. So he's betting that the Bitcoin Lightning Network will become infinitely bigger and better. It possibly could be better. I think it's going to take a while to get bigger because you still have to think how many people. Now, if they force everybody to go to digital currency, it's going to be a different story. If they leave the options open, uh, if they leave the options open, people I think are going to stick with what they know, which is fiat. What fiat just mean money, y'all. It's just pull that back up. It's just regular money. So in the United States, it's the dollar. It may be better and quicker and lightning and all that, but bigger. I think it may not. It may or may not happen in my lifetime. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. All right, Pipeline says I sold. Okay, you sold out of VTI, which is Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. I'm no longer into stocks. Wow. Bitcoin is a better investment, better performance, better everything. I have zero VTI now. Wow. I don't know if, oh man, Lisa J. Stocks ain't in here. I don't know who else is in here, but all I can say, Pipeline, is do you feel, I don't have the nerves to do it, but do you feel comfortable having all of your eggs in one basket? Meaning you sold, now I know you, and tell me if you have something different. You have something else, please let me know. But I remember you talking about VTI and Bitcoin. Those were your two investments. So you got rid of all of VTI and you're no longer into stocks. So they tell me you don't have any more stocks. So maybe you have crypto other than Bitcoin. Matter of fact, let me do something. Now, will this always happen? I'm going to share my screen one more time here. Because I want to see something. All right. Yeah, y'all can see. Okay. So I'm going to go up here to search. And I'm going to hit BTC, which is Bitcoin. And I'm looking here. Bitcoin went below 98 today. So I ain't worried about today. I'm just looking at having all my eggs in one basket for the last 5 years. So Bitcoin in the last 5 years is up 997.5%. Kind of hard to beat that in the last 5 years. And I remember when it was like 16,000 share or something like so 997% of 88,000, yeah. So roughly about 11,000, no, 9,000, 10,000. All right, so what was that? 998. XRP, last 5 years, 875. Neck and neck. Neck and neck. Huh. I'm going to look at one more, just out of curiosity. Sui. No, it won't list it on here. Because it's, I don't know why, but it won't list it. Solana. Let's look at Solana. And Solana, last 5 years. That's what I was expecting to see. Now, let's get this straight. Let's make sure everybody understands we're all on the same page. You ain't gonna find too many places in 5 years that give you almost 1,000% return on your money. You're not. So Bitcoin is probably my biggest holding. So I believe in Bitcoin. But I also believe in diversification. Had I not, I'm not saying this just for Pipeline, I'm saying this for anybody that's watching the live or the replay. Had I only believed in Bitcoin, I could have missed out on 21,639% over the past 5 years. 21,000. So I'm looking at this 148.20, and it's gone up 147.53. Let me do some real quick on my some calculations so y'all don't think I'm over here texting. And I gotta see what Pipeline is saying. 148.17 minus 147.48. So roughly, I don't know if y'all can see that. Roughly, Solana was 69 cents 5 years ago per coin. 69 cents. And it's now, so imagine every 69 cents, and that's what the number came up, that you put in a cookie jar for 5 years. Imagine how much money you're going to have. Interesting. I don't think. So let's do something here. Let's do some. And then we're going to raise up after this. Yeah, that's the one I think I like to use. All right. I ain't accepting nothing. I don't want no cookies. It might not show it since I ain't do my cookies. Let me see. Nah. Yeah. We're going to try a different one. I never used this one. So, all right, here we go. So, let's just say we have 1,000. We got our taxes back. And everybody talking about this old Solana stuff, which they are. And we put $1,000. 5 years, estimated rate of return. It might not even let me do that much. I'm just going to keep it simple. See, it won't even let me do 21,000. Because it's unheard of. That's why it's unheard of to get that, or even 1,000. It won't even let me put 1,000. Will it let me put 100? Nope. Will it let me put 99? Yep. 0 and 50. They said, yeah, this stupid thing said, no. So, let me do something here. I think I can figure this out. All right. So, 12,000 at 21%. So, 21 times, let me try something here. And after this here, we're going to get out of here because this may or may not work. I think I got it figured out. Well, if I'd have put this 1,000 in 5 years ago at 21,000, I ain't even put all them other little, no, I just put a simple 21,000. I would have $2.6 million. So imagine this, man. Oh Lord, I gotta come on the big screen for this one. Boy, that's unbelievable. Let me go down here. I know it's gonna do something funky as usual. It didn't. Wow. Okay, let me make sure. All right. So I took $1,000, man. $1,000 of my taxes 5 years ago. 5 years later, had I bought Solana with just $1,000, I would have 2.6 million. Sound like a fairy tale. Sound like Disney Plus or something. I'm gonna be looking for which one of them got the seven dwarfs? Is it Cinderella or Snow White? Whichever one. Cinderella went to the ball, so I'm gonna be like Snow White, man, and I'm gonna be looking for the seven dwarfs, cause it's unbelievable. And with that being said, man, let me read these last couple things so we can get out of here. Uh, All right, Pipeline says all in on Bitcoin. My only investment is BTC and cash being held in a river high yield savings account that gives you BTC interest, zero other crypto. Okay, no other crypto. Okay, so you just got everything in a high yield savings account and Bitcoin. Okay, hey man, it's your money. You do what you want to do. I hold cash, but only in that river high yield savings account with Bitcoin interest as an emergency fund. Okay. Well, hey man, it's so many different ways to invest. The one thing I can say, I don't care how you do it as long as you're doing it. You could have one investment, a 3 or 33. Just get in the game. Hot take, diversification is de-worsting okay, of network effects. I don't see company treasuries, governments, ETFs all fighting for any other crypto other than Bitcoin. Wait, whoa. Let me read that again. Diversification is de-worsting because of network effects. I don't see company treasuries, governments, ETFs all fighting for any other crypto other than Bitcoin. Well, I can tell you right now, Pipeline, I don't know if you're up on it because I know you're only in Bitcoin, but they are fighting right now. Not fighting over, just like they didn't really fight over. They fought to get a Bitcoin ETF, and they got it. Then they got an Ethereum, and now they're trying to get an XRP ETF. Why? Because financial institutions aren't offering crypto, but if they put it in an ETF, they are. So you got your Chase, you got your Bank of America, all these companies. I just saw some earlier this week, Monday, I think. Trump said he about to sell some gold to buy Bitcoin. Again, you're right. He also talked about having a Solana reserve. That one that I just showed up, that 21,000. Then he said he's gonna have an 88 reserve, which is Cardano. So even the government ain't putting their eggs in one basket. But hey, man, I'm just happy you into it, man. I'm just happy you into it. Well, y'all, I think that's the end of the rainbow. It has been a pleasure being here with y'all. I definitely went probably about 13 minutes longer than I wanted to. But do me a favor, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. You know, I'm going to say this here, and I should have said this at the beginning. I probably will on my next live. There's 2 people in here, and I think we've had 2 people all night. And I'm not going to do it because it could be somebody I know and I don't want to do that. But I could probably pull up a gossip channel right now, a gossip YouTube channel, or what the royal family is doing, or how to bake a cake. I could pull up any of those 3 right now, and I bet you I have over 100 viewers watching those different things. Gossip videos or lives, how to clean your house up lives, how to make a cake live, and have 100 people in there. But then I look at an investment live, not because it's Rod, and there's 2 people. And then when some go down, and y'all, in case y'all don't know, I shoot it straight. When some go down and the economy ain't right, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people want to start pointing fingers. They'll point it at one person. They'll point it at an entire administration. They'll point at not getting a raise in the last 2 years. But rarely do you see, and this is going to be my closing statement for this live, rarely do you see people pointing a finger at themselves and saying, maybe it's me. People are being laid off, but I still have my job. Yes, I want to and I will watch this live about baking a cake, but I'm also gonna catch the replay of that investment live because I can't watch both of them and be tuned in and fully engaged at the same time. But I'm gonna watch it because, again, no excuses, no excuses, man. And when I see people, and when I see these numbers, I'll sometimes I'll stay, sometimes I'll leave. If I leave, either it's not because people aren't watching finance. It's just maybe I'm not interested in the topic. That's why I said tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and also subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you hit that notification bell. It's gonna default to personalize. You want to select all so you'll get notified on all lives and videos. Share the channel with your family, your friends, your cousin, your cousin's cousin. Also, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up if you forgot to. Please hit it right now. With that being said, hope y'all have a blessed and prosperous week. And as I end each and every live or video, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars. I can guarantee you. Hope you have a great day, and I will be coming at y'all soon. Much love. Peace, baby.